There we
Hi,
are.
everybody. Welcome
Yay!
to a special edition of Misscliks D&D. We're so excited to be bringing you a two-part Rat Queens adventure. If for some reason you're not familiar with Rat Queens, you should get familiar real quick. Awesome work by Curtis Weeby. It is Weeby, right?
No, you roll with it.
Dang it! What is it?
It's
Is it
Weeb.
Weeb? Okay, I'm sorry.
No worries.
It's Curtis Weeb. He's right there. And he's the creator of the entire Rat Queens universe. And he's going to be taking us through this adventure as our DM. Curtis, could you introduce yourself, tell people a little bit about you and about Rat Queens?
Sure. I am Curtis Weeb, and to Anna, I'm Curtis Weeby. I write.
Dang it!
I'm a comic book writer, and yeah. So this little adventure is going to star the 4 characters from Rat Queens. Rat Queens is kind of a bit of a modern spin on a fantasy genre. I think Joss Whedon's a pretty big influence on me as far as characters and comedy. So it's a high adventure with modern language and just kind of crazy characters, which you'll get to know a little bit through these fine players today. Yeah, and that's basically. I don't know what I was doing with Rat Queens. I don't know.
Well, and you've also played some Dungeons and Dragons before as a DM.
Oh yes,
right.
Yeah, I actually, until recently, I recently moved cities. I used to live in Vancouver, and then I got out of that city. But I ran a show called the D20 Babes with 4 women players, and we are still on Twitch. We plan to come back eventually once we get settled in here, but you can find us there, twitch.tv/D20Babe, and we've got a bunch of stuff on YouTube as well.
Nice.
Great. And I'd love to introduce you to our players. Let's go in character alphabetical order. So let's start with DJ Wheat, who is going to be playing Betty. Marcus, who are you and who are you playing?
I'm DJ Wheat. I work at Twitch, and one of my favorite things to do is to play role-playing games online. And I am playing Betty today. And earlier we were talking a little bit. I read Rat Queens volume. I got the first volume when it came out, and I tried to share it with as many people as I possibly could. But I come out of it with a pretty big crush on Violet. I think Violet is the bee's knees. But when it comes to characters in the Rat Queens, I am definitely a Betty, and Betty a smidgen. So she's really tiny. She's the tiniest of the group, but that allows her to be good at what she does, which she's a rogue, good at breaking into places, good at backstabbing and, going for those crits. However, she has a few vices, and she's sort of accepts them for what they are. She likes a lot of candy. She likes a lot of drugs. And, frankly, she likes to party, which is a common thread, I think, amongst the Rat Queens. But Betty probably has a super special place in her heart for it. So I'm excited to bring Betty to life.
Awesome. So next that means D.
Yeah.
Stephen Lumpkin.
Hello. Hi. Nice to see y'all again here at Misscliks. I've been here once or twice before, but I think on the Misscliks always in the GM seat. So it's fun to be here on the player side of things for you. Can't wait. Really excited to play with DJ Wheat again. And of course to play with Britt and Anna. That's awesome. I actually am very new to the Rat Queens, and I didn't know them very much, so I had to grab all the comics, and I've been reading them, and it's super entertaining. So thank you, Curtis, for the hours of entertainment. And for some reason, so Britt, Anna, and Wheat, they all work at Twitch, and they all decided on what they were going to play before I was able to jump into that conversation. And for some strange reason, they decided to leave the, former or supposed worshiper of a flying squid to me. And I don't really know why you guys would do that, but you made the right call. So I am on board.
Awesome. And Hannah is going to be played by Britt.
Yes, this is me, Britt Wiseman. I also work at Twitch. DJ Wheat is my boss.
Surprise!
How cool is that? Anna sits next to me at work too. So, and this is the second D&D campaign I've ever played. I'm on a show called Prophecy on Misscliks, and I play Dragonborn Druid there. So I'm really excited to especially play Rat Queens because I love this comic so much. I just found Curtis on Twitter and he tweeted that he missed D&D, so I just tweeted at him that if he wanted to play, please play with us, and he was kind enough to say yes. So I'm very, very
That's awesome.
Excited to play today.
And who's Hannah?
Oh, Hannah is she's an elfish wizard. Yes. She's kind of, she protects everyone. She doesn't like when people fuck with her friends. She also likes to party. From what I've read, she enjoys sex slightly more than the rest of the group. She's kind of a badass. So,
is it safe to say that Hannah is pretty much like the leader?
I would say so.
I mean, I don't know if it's ever actually said, but it certainly is a reader interpretation that I take away.
She'd like to think so anyway.
Yeah, when I read it seemed like she was kind of trying to lead, but she definitely took into consideration what everyone was saying basically all the time. So.
Well, it's only because she just decides what to do and people have to either follow her or just like, you know?
Yeah. So, yeah. That's
cool. And I'm Anna Prosser. I'm going to be playing Violet. Violet is a dwarf fighter, and I was joking with everyone because I think my default D&D character tends to be the one carrying all the weapons and running into battle first. And so I think that's kind of what Violet's going to do. She comes from nobility, but she's kind of on a journey to to find meaning in her own life outside of the privilege that she was born into. So I'm really excited to play her, and she loves all of her queens and will fight for all of them and likes to say one-liners that only sometimes land. So I identify with that very well. And as far as who I am, I also work at Twitch. All of us work at Twitch Studios, so we like to make video content. And I'm also one of the co-founders of Misscliks, which is this channel. And this channel is kind of devoted to trying to create a positive, uplifting space for people to create and enjoy content, and especially trying to provide support and exposure for women role models in geek and gaming culture. So Rat Queens is very much in alignment with that mission, and I'm super excited to play.
All right.
So, without further ado, let's get into the game.
All right, sounds good. All right, so just heads up, we're playing 5th edition Dungeons & Dragons. Originally, we were going to do a sneak preview of the Rat Queens RPG, but I was not confident enough to run it yet. So we're going to do this mission that I've written, and it's 5th edition in case you're wondering. So this episode is called The Hangover.
Appropriate.
I'm going to read a little intro for you.
Awesome.
It's been a good God's damn day. Fresh 500 gold pieces in your pocket after another successful adventure, killing something or other, the rookie shit. You've gathered in the very packed Black Satyr Tavern on the eastern edge of Palisade. It's the usual crowd, alcoholics and the people who love them. As you saddle in, you see a pretentious wanker and his crew of dickbags watching you from across the room. They are very clearly eyeing you up. For what reason, you have no clue. A heavy-set, bearded human comes to your table. He looks tired and hungover. He's obviously the bartender. He places the drinks you ordered in front of you. And still, those assholes across the way, also possible nobility from how they dress, keep their eyes locked on you. You'll worry about that in a moment. For now, you raise your drinks and prepare for a long night of harrowing debauchery. So that is where we're going to start. The 4 of you have completed a mission, and now you're going to have some drinks. In a packed bar. At that.
Cheers, my queens.
Friends to the end.
I raise my mug silently.
What's even in that, D? D?
The mug?
Yeah.
What would Dee drink, Curtis?
She's not too picky, actually. She does like a winterish ale, if it's possible.
Is that possible here at this tavern? What did you say the name was again?
This is the Black Satyr.
The Black Satyr, yeah. Does the Black Satyr have winter ales?
It definitely does.
Oh, yeah.
Some of the finest, actually.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
I probably, I would talk it up and say, well, it's been so long since we've been back in civilization that I had to try some of the Black Satyr's fine winter ales. It's really a delight to wash down the dirt of our last trip.
Betty, what are you drinking? Nothing's coming out of your mouth. Are you on drugs again, Betty? I can't hear you. Your mouth is moving, but no sound is coming out.
Look, the mushroom tea hasn't hit me yet. But I promise you in 20 minutes, it's really going to be a party here.
Isn't it already a party? I'm on my 4th glass of wine.
Well, I haven't even told you what I put in your guys' drinks yet.
I just keep drinking.
You guys can all make a perception roll while you have this drunken banter around your table.
Ooh.
Let's do it.
Okay.
I roll 18.
Oh, I got an 18 as well.
Ooh. We're seeing eye to eye right now.
Yeah, we are perceptive.
I'm wasted, so
Am I just being silly, or I can't click on the character sheet?
I have to assign it to you. Sorry, which one are you again? You're Betty.
Betty.
Britt,
and then...
Britt as Hannah rolled a 1 in case you don't realize what being.
I rolled I rolled a 1.
Like,
I'm used
I
to everyone being able to see that.
I can click on skills, Steven, but I can't click on.
You should be able to click on perception.
There it goes.
Yeah, there you go. Cool.
There
I added your name to the control for the sheet. Cool.
Okay.
Betty is wasted too.
Betty and I are shit-faced. What did you put in these drinks, Betty?
Already.
It's nothing.
You girls never have been able to hold your liquor.
So what do Violet and I see?
Violet and Dee, you manage to scan the room, and your eyes are drawn again to that figure in his bag of douchebags in the corner that have been eyeing you. You get a really brief glimpse of him, but you guys have been drinking a little bit already, so you only get to see it for a couple of seconds. He kind of looks a little bit like this.
That guy's wearing a really stupid hat. Hey, your hat is stupid.
So he sees you calling him out, and at that he turns his back with his buddies, and they go back to drinking. Looks like they're drinking out of very fine goblets, probably the nicest alcohol in the house. And they move themselves back to the corner, and the crowd kind of fills in the space in between. And it's loud, it's raucous. There's actually a couple of bards. There's a bard battle going on in the corner. There's a bit of a jam going down. They're both terrible. But they kind of disappear into the far corner of the Black Satyr.
Have any of you guys seen Orc Dave?
Nope.
I miss Orc Dave.
We're well known here, right?
Yeah.
And upon seeing Violet yell at him of the stupid hat, which, by the way, I totally agree that hat was so stupid. Certainly I can ask the bartender who those people are, right?
Sure. Yeah.
Okay. And what's the bartender's name at the Black Satyr?
His name is Ralph.
Ralph. Oh, Ralph.
He saunters over to you. What's up, Eddie?
I'll buy you a drink if you tell me who that guy in the stupid hat is.
He looks over. Well, you don't have to buy me a drink, Betty. You spend a lot of gold here, so I consider us friends as long as you have money. He kind of leans a little bit further in. It's a new merchant that's come into town. As far as I know, he calls himself Sir Lavender.
Is he rich?
From what I understand, yes, he's been throwing his money around and trying to show his influence by his fine wares and the fine clothes that he wears. You would see that hat. It's a particularly fine piece from the far eastern reaches of the continent.
Looks ridiculous.
Does he smell like lavender?
I have not got that close, and beyond that, the patrons here have an overwhelming smell that cancels everything else out. I'm sorry.
Hannah, you should go find out.
Me?
No, Hannah.
Hannah?
Yeah.
Hannah, go figure out who he is.
You're Hannah.
Oh, you're right. I'm yelling.
Hannah.
Who am I? All right. Fuck it. I'll go.
All right, so just before you head out, he puts down another row of drinks. He knows each of your drinks, your special drink that you like to have when you have come in with a lot of gold. And he kind of gives you a wink and nod. This one's on the house. You did a good job clearing out those scrubby bandits off the North Road, so you've done us all a favor. Enjoy these drinks on me.
Now I want to make an insight check here. Like, is he actually pleased with our performance, or is he trying to like pull one over on us?
Go ahead and make an insight check.
Oh, I got a 20. Oh.
Damn.
All right. Yeah. I mean, you guys hang out here quite a bit, and Ralph he's a good dude. He's got he supplies everyone with booze. It's basically the only reason to exist in this town is for the booze in it. And he's a good guy, and he's times have been tough because he's been having his merchants raided, and so he's very happy to have that taken care of, and it's well worth it to him to give you some free drinks.
Nice.
All right. I'm gonna grab my drink. Are we drinking these right now before I go?
I'm already drinking mine.
You need liquid courage.
Thank you. Cheers.
Straight down the hatch.
Cheers.
Yeah. I drink like half of it. The rest of it falls all over the place.
All right. Why don't each of you make a Constitution saving throw?
Oh,
Wait.
I've already had like 5 glasses of wine.
I got a 13.
Oh.
5.
Oh.
How am I rolling
I got
so
a 5.
poorly? I have a 16 Constitution. I still rolled a 5.
All right. So we got 13, 9, 5, 5. Is that right?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
Yeah. So that's 13 for D, 9 for Betty, 5 for Violet, 5 for Hannah.
Okay. So Hannah gets up and she's like, "All right, I'll do it." And she takes one step forward, and the last thing you remember is the sound of her face hitting the ground as all of you simultaneously black out from however much you've been drinking tonight.
The right amount.
The perfect amount.
Yeah.
And perfect synchronicity as well.
Nice.
That is the last that you remember. That before darkness takes you.
Oh my god.
All right.
A successful night.
Yes.
Say so.
All right. So I'll read the next portion here for you.
Ooh.
There it is. That old familiar taste of bile and the pulse up the back of your neck that only a paralyzing slash of a blade could deaden. There's a small voice that tells you it's time to wake up. But that voice is being a goddamn asshole right now. And still, you manage to crack your eyes open and let the horrid light pour in through burning cracks. It feels like 1,000 acid-laced needles, and not in the nice way. You somehow focus, and the white cloud of suffocating pain slowly melts away. You find yourself in the heart of a forest that, for this moment, feels very unfamiliar to you. You feel that familiar tickle of overindulgence in your throat as the contents of your stomach slowly bubble away, which is mostly ale, pipe smoke, and unicorn dew from the taste in your mouth. Take a look around. Finding your head can magically still look to the left and right with certain efficiency. It is here you discover, dangling from a rope by his feet in a branch above you, a rather perturbed-looking man who watches you with narrowed eyes. You fucking assholes left me hanging upside down all night. My tears have turned to blood. Your attention turns in another direction as a muffled sound comes from a large wooden chest that sits lodged in a low branch of a tree across the way. Beneath lies a shattered wagon, 2 shattered barrels of ale, and 1 completely still intact. Thank God for small mercies. But you fucking cut me down, the stranger shouts. Back to you.
How did you get up there?
It seems obvious we put him there. I think we should wait to find out whether or not he's done something to deserve it.
Yeah,
And I cross my arms.
We would never do that without a good reason.
I adjust my skull necklace.
Is he wearing a stupid hat?
You guys see him. He's kind of wearing a stupid hat. Yeah, let me just show you what he looks like.
Do we remember what the guy from last night looks like?
barely. Like you remember a hat.
Like
I
if he
remember
has a hat
something about
on.
it.
The
maybe.
stupidest hat. Stupid.
This is the guy. I just cut out pictures because that's easier.
Oh.
He's wearing a cool little bandana.
Oh,
Yeah, looks like he might be a half elf. You're not sure.
I like
Looks
your
edgy.
beard.
I'm into it.
I think Betty's just like, I got it, and then does like a backflip off the tree, and oh yeah, you might want to catch him, and then I'm gonna I don't know, call it an acrobatics or roll or whatever.
Yeah. Go ahead, make an acrobat.
I'll
Okay.
make a dex check for catching him, or would you rather strength check?
Yeah. Do a let's see. Yeah, just do a dexterity check to see if you
Okay.
can catch him before his head crushes into the ground.
21 for my dex.
All right.
All right. Let me acrobat. There we go.
9.
All right, so Betty, she kind of flips off the tree branch that she's woken up in and cuts the rope, but manages to hit her head on the branch on the way down. You take a point of damage as you crumple on the ground, but you still manage to catch this poor man who you've strung by his feet, and you catch him before he crushes into the ground.
I like that she catches the guy and not Betty.
I thought my hands are already full.
Yeah.
All right.
I did say to catch him. It's fine, bitch.
And he turns to Betty. Thank you, young lady. It seems these others were going to question me further. I am but a simple road merchant, and the four of you beset on me last night when I was having a meal with my family on the side of the road, and you captured me in this crazy wagon of yours and carried me off into the woods. And when I wouldn't provide any gold, you strung me up by my feet and promptly passed out.
When you say captured, do you perhaps mean invited you to party with us?
I definitely do not mean that. I would have stated that if that had happened. You crazy, crazy women, but you, young lady, you're very nice. Thank you so much for cutting me down. Now, if you wouldn't mind, he dusts himself off. I will be on my way to return to my family. Thank you very much. And he turns and starts to walk into the woods.
I don't think so, not yet. I grab him by like some sort of clothing as he kind of tried, because I had caught him and like put him down gently, but now he's trying to walk away from me, so I kind of grab him by the like the back of the vest.
All right.
And I'm like, does anybody remember anything about how we got mixed up with this guy?
I'm pretty sure it was Hannah's idea to tie him up. Just saying.
If we tied him up, we had a really good reason to. When you say our wagon, you mean this is our wagon?
Well, you certainly rode by on it. Nearly ran my family over.
Oh.
Where
Where's
is your family?
Well, we've taken quite the journey into the woods. They're probably a couple miles east. Back where we left them.
Where are you from? Where are you going?
Well, I was on a journey from a town called Frontier. I'm sure you know of it. And I was delivering goods. I was on my way to Palisade, actually, and, well, the rest is history.
What kind of goods?
Oh, various things. Bits and baubles. Very uninteresting things. I am a very uninteresting man.
Then this barrel of ale is ours.
Well, you certainly came in with that wagon, with the ale. The two ones that are broken there, you drank before you passed out.
Queens.
I say aside to Betty, I'm like, what man have you ever heard admit that he's uninteresting without trying to lie?
He is totally full of shit right now.
It does sound an awful lot like us.
I want each of you guys to make a perception check as the fugue wears off. And
All right, so that's a 12.
Ooh, double crit for Betty.
Whoa. So yeah, that's a 12 for D, a 3 for Violet, an 8 for Hannah, but a double 22, both the advantage roll and the normal roll for.
okay. All right, so Hannah, you got what again? Sorry.
I got an
What was
8.
An 8. Okay. You're not noticing anything out of particular. Violet, you got a 22. Is that? Oh, Betty.
No, I got a 3.
Betty, you notice right now, as you kind of take in this situation, you have a ornate gold ring with a perfect square cut emerald on your right hand, on your little finger actually, and it weirdly kind of fits a little bit. It's kind of sliding off. You do notice it. It has an insignia of 2 eagles flying in opposite directions on either side of the emerald. This is not your ring. You've never seen it before. Violet, let's see what Violet got here.
3.
You don't notice anything, but Betty, you do notice that she has something in her pocket. You can see it outlined with that amazing roll that you had. She has something in the inside of her right pocket on her front. Basically, in the underneath her armor, she has a little, just an undercoat that she wears, and you can see that there's something in it. And immediately obvious to all of you, Dee is no longer wearing her traditional clothing. In fact, she looks like she's wearing a male bard's clothing.
My night was better than yours.
And all of you, regardless of your role, also notice that Hannah has a really nice, deep black mustache over her mouth.
Like a legit mustache?
She has a mustache. I'm not telling you if it's legit or not. You got to investigate that.
Violet notices this, hones in on it, and she's still very much trying to wipe the sleep out of her eyes with that 3 perception roll. And she kind of just goes right up to Hannah's face and just pets it, the mustache.
It feels like a genuine article. She has a mustache.
The fuck?
Hannah, your mustache is beautiful.
I think when you were saying there was an outline of something in the pocket, you were talking about D, right?
No, that's on Violet.
On Violet.
Yeah.
Okay, well, I go for that.
All right. Do you want to do it sneakily, or do you want to just grab it?
Well, she's enamored with the mustache right now, right?
Yeah.
Okay, then yeah, I'll
right.
as sneakily as I need to.
All right, I'll make a roll for that. What is that? Fifth? Is it sleight of hand? Is that
yeah, sleight of hand.
Go for it.
I have. It says cunning action, fast hand, sleight of hand. So how would I?
Oh yeah, so that basically means that you can basically do it. I think as a
dexterity,
as a bonus, I think, or something like that.
I think that just means you can do it. Yeah, it's down on just above stealth and survival in your skill list. You
can just click on.
Oh, I see it. Thank you. I'm an idiot. Boom. Damn.
Oh, dang. Holy cow, 23.
All right.
Nailed it.
You reach into her pocket while she's enamored with the mustache, and you pull out a very, very nice silver key.
Okay. And the guy's still here, right?
The guy's still here. He's being clutched by Violet, who's not letting.
I just dragged him over while I was petting him. I'm just petting the mustache while I'm holding on to him.
Okay. I put in my pouch, and I guess I do walk over, and I'm like, "What is up with that mustache?"
I'm in the background, just vomiting the last few contents of my stomach.
Maybe I had an even better night than D. Does anyone remember how I got this?
No, but you should keep it.
Does it look good?
So good on you.
Does it look good?
Yeah.
I would wiggle my mustache at her.
And D, your clothes?
Yeah, I sort of squeeze my shirt to try and close it a little more. Yes.
Yeah, it's
things don't seem to fit as well as they usually do.
It's like a dark green kind of tunic with gold embroidery down the center and buttons, and very poofy arms that cinch nicely at the wrist and have very flowery cuffs on the end of it. And the pantaloons are cut very nicely, almost like a nice silk pantaloon.
At least I have good taste when I'm blackout drunk.
You look good.
And Violet's holding the merchant, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so I think in a very Betty-esque way, I want to jump on the guy's chest and kind of grab him by his shirt.
Okay.
And say, I don't think you're telling us everything that you know.
Okay. I guess that would be like trying to intimidate him. Is that
or persuade? Like
persuade? Yeah.
okay.
17.
17.
All right. You've convinced me with your tiny little hands and your scary face. Perhaps I joined you willingly. The wife was nagging me and the children wouldn't shut up. It was a perfect opportunity to get away. We made it look like you abducted me. But regardless, I have to get back to my family. Please. I'm worried for their safety.
I like kind of let him go. I'm like, see, how hard was that? If he left his wife and kids back in the forest to party with us, then we should take him back to them right away.
Yes, that sounds. Listen to her.
For a price, of course. I mean,
Price.
it's basically a quest, right?
Basically.
Very well. I will pay you if I have anything left over and my family hasn't been massacred on the side of the road.
If they have been, you can pay us to go after their killers.
Yeah.
It's very grim, but you are right. Very well.
You said that the wagon was completely demolished, right?
Yeah, so I'll go over the things that you kind of saw again. There was the guy hanging from the tree. The wagon was smashed to pieces. There's no horses around. They've obviously gone. There is a large wooden chest hung up in a tree. And you heard a noise coming from that.
A noise.
Yeah. I want to walk over and check out that chest. How high
Is
is
it high?
it?
Yeah. How high is it?
It's, maybe like 10 feet up into a tree.
Like stuck in a fork of branches or something?
Yeah, exactly. Like it might have been launched at some point somehow.
Oh. Does it look like it could be sort of moved out of the branches to fall down?
Yeah, it's large enough. Like you would think it might be something that people would store, say like bottles of wine in or something. And, it'd probably carry a good 30 to 40 bottles at least. It's a decent sized, heavy looking chest.
I take, I don't know if I actually have a shield. Do I?
No, you're 2 up and fighter.
Well, I take something I take the flat of my axe or something and I put it down low and I'm like, Betty, how about a little alley-oop? And I hold it because we've done this before. So this would be like you would jump on my axe and I'd flip you up there to grab it.
Go.
Do you want to do it?
Sure.
All right. Why don't Violet makes a athletics check, and if you succeed, you can give advantage to Betty on an acrobatics check.
I roll a 7.
She's tiny. It works.
It's just a little hungover looking.
Yeah. Not as clean as it used to be.
Right. I kind of stagger a little bit when I do it. I don't look very strong. Whoa. So Betty needs to do a check?
Yeah, she gets acrobatics with advantage.
Okay. How do I roll with advantage?
It's automatically built in. The 2 rolls represent it. You use the bigger if you have advantage and the lesser if you have disadvantage. But you're doubling up on the same number every time. It's a 14.
Yeah. 14.
All right, Betty, you bounce off of the sword and neatly get up to the branch where this chest is, and you're kind of sitting right next to it in the nook of these branches. You can see that it's not going to stay up here much longer. The weight of it's kind of bending the branches itself, and your added weight is only making the situation a little bit more dire.
I whispered to Violet, "Are you going to catch her this time?"
Good call. I get under her. Oh, do you still hear that weird noise coming from it?
Yeah, you said there was we heard a noise from it.
Is it locked?
Do I see any movement?
It is kind of moving, and you can hear a muffled. That's all you can hear right now.
Oh well, I absolutely
Open
know
it.
that's a person in a chest then, or something.
Obviously.
I think there's someone in this chest. I'm just gonna kick it out of the tree, and maybe it'll break when it falls.
Yeah, send it down.
Ask him if he's wearing a dress.
Send it down.
All right, and then I'll just kind of heal it right out of the tree.
You
And I
give it
totally just step out of the way.
Yes.
Okay. You give it a good kick. Hang on to see what happens to that chest when it comes down. All right. It comes down right on a corner, and it's already seen some kind of structural damage, probably from flying through the air and hitting a tree. And it just shatters, and come out tumbling of this chest come 8 smidgens. And they all kind of roll as though like they kind of plan to fall and see this thing break. They kind of roll in unison, and they all stand up at the same time, and you see this guy standing in the middle of them. And he looks pissed, very angry, actually. And he crosses his arms as he looks at you. Where the fuck are we?
He's not wearing a dress.
Hi, I am Larry Halfmandini. You were supposed to deliver me to Frontier. Where is this?
We were supposed to deliver you? What do we look like, a
That's what
courier?
we paid you for, right? He looks to his left and right, and all of them, yes.
Do we normally deliver packages?
Sounds unusual. Usually we are destroying them.
I feel like I usually just fight stuff.
When did we make this deal?
I don't know. How long have we been in that chest you locked us in?
We locked you in the chest?
Yes. We had a deal. You put us in there, and then we drove away in the wagon.
I turned to Mr. Man Dude. And
My name is Larry Halfmandini.
not Larry Halfmandini, other guy, tall guy, a half-elf guy.
Oh, yes.
Stupid
yes.
hat guy.
Yeah, hat, bandana guy.
Bandana man.
And I say, sir, how long were we traveling with you?
Well, not very long, actually. I kind of suspected you had something in that chest, but I didn't want to bring it up for fear of my life.
So you wanted to party with us, but you were afraid for your life?
Sounds like us.
That's the best kind of party, is it not?
Oh, that's fair.
He's right, it is.
Okay. Well,
Where were we when we made this deal?
You're talking to Larry Halfmandini?
Yeah.
We were just outside the town of Frontier.
weren't we in Palisades last night?
Yeah.
Huh?
Yeah, we were at the bar.
Which direction is Frontier now?
I don't know where we are. We're in some woods. Oh, look, you can take care of it. It's not a big deal. You can take care of it. You take us back to Frontier. You finish the job, and we won't kill you.
You won't kill us.
That's right.
I throw back my head and laugh.
You don't to fuck with the circus.
Okay. So, you guys need to go back to Frontier, but this other guy wants to go to Palisades, right? That's where he was on his way to?
Well, he's a traveling merchant, so he just wants to get back to his family.
Okay. He's mostly concerned with that.
Yeah.
Is his family in the direction of Frontier?
They're on the side of the road. So basically, if you actually don't know where you are, you could be between Frontier and Palisade, but they're beyond Frontier. They kind of are doing. He said that they're traveling back and forth, but they're beyond Frontier. So you have to figure out where you are to kind of.
Yeah, I can do that, right? I have abilities to know my terrain, even if I was blacked out when I was traveling there.
Yeah.
I guess that'd be like a survival check.
Yeah, you can make a survival check, and you have the Outlander ability. I think that's what you're talking about.
Yes,
right?
the Outlander trait.
Yeah.
Exactly. So, should I roll survival? Is that?
Yeah, go ahead, make a survival check.
Okay.
See if you know where you are.
I'll do that.
Wow.
3.
I rolled a 3. I don't know where we are. Guys, so we're somewhere that's not Frontier or Palisades.
So the young man with the bandana says,
Yeah, what does bandana hat know?
Look, why don't I just lead you back to the road? I can find the way. The wagon tracks are pretty obvious. I can see them right in front of you. We can follow these back and find my family. I can pay you a bit of gold for the journey.
Right. And then you, Mr. Halfman Weenie,
Bandini!
Right. You're also going to pay us gold when we get you to Frontier, right? That's the deal we made.
I already paid you. No pay you no more money.
I don't remember that.
I check my pockets. I don't find any gold, right?
Do you have any?
Betty, I believe, has an extra 10 gold in her pocket.
Oh.
Maybe I pull it out.
10. We could have earned that for anything.
Yeah, who knows where that came from?
Why
Why should we help you? We're not gonna help you.
I mean, I have a little bit more money than I had last night, and I'm pretty sure I bought a lot of drinks and a lot of drugs.
That does sound reasonable for.
And I did
Betty.
buy some candy. And then we had those Sundays after, and then I don't remember anything.
We had Sundays. I wish I could
Oh,
remember
maybe he's not lying.
that. All right, I don't have any problem with going to Frontier. I gotta walk this hangover off anyways. Let's just take them.
Everyone make a perception roll.
Oh, 21 from D.
Nicely done, D.
15 from Violet.
0. 0. I'm so fucking shit-faced still. I have
So
no
hungover.
idea what's going on. I'm mad at everybody, but I don't know where we are.
So everyone but Hannah notices the following. So I'm going to read the next one. It's almost as though you wasted your sweet, precious time fucking around in the woods instead of trying to find a way out of them. And while paying attention to the tiniest of details is often a wise choice, on this day, the morning of the great hangover, you can't help but wonder if the ogre, with 2 goblins on his back, crashing through the trees toward you, is the punctuation at the end of the statement, "I'm never drinking again."
Guilford Bogan.
You said you wanted to take a quick break around 6-ish. Would this be a good time to do it?
Oh, yeah, if you guys want to do that real quick. We just need to break. We'll be back in just a very short amount of time. We just need to break
3-ish minutes.
So be right back.